Bum, 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 bum. To all the poets and the singers and the writers, to all the artists of any kind, welcome to the stage show, entire creations, and lend your listening mind. Hello, Fredericton. You are listening to Freddy's Buds, which shines a spotlight on Fredericton's budding and seasoned artists. I'm Adelaide Sensinger, your host for this morning and the creator of this show. Our guest today is Jessie, who is a filmmaker, more specifically a director, and is here to talk about some of his films. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. So, tell us about your films. What genre do you delve into?
So I've mostly been, this year I've been working with a lot of like horror genre and kind of adding like a little bit of like comedy elements to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of been like the thing that I think that I'm going to like focus on with like the rest of my work.
Are you in school currently?
I'm in MBCCD, the second year photography videography.
Okay. How did you get started making films?
Well, when I was a kid, I always made a lot of like videos and stuff like that, but I didn't really like start making films till probably like after high school. I made a film called She's Gone, which was screened at the Silver Wave Film Festival. Which was pretty cool for like my first thing that I did, but kind of just took me like experimenting. I didn't really want to worry too much about like how it looks or anything, just kind of wanted to do it and like have something to show for it.
You had sent me a couple of your short films. Have you only kind of experimented in short films, or have you made some longer films?
She's Gone was 15 minutes, and that was probably like the longest one that I did. But in class, like me and my friends made like an Office parody. And it ended up being like half-hour long episodes, so that was pretty cool to make something like longer.
That is long.
And we only like really filmed for like a couple days, so but a lot of it's like improv, so it all kind of came together.
Right. Yeah. What is your process for creating a movie? Do you kind of have ideas that pop into your head, or do you have more of a structured, like, this is kind of
I guess it's kind of like little ideas like here and there. Like I'll have one idea and then maybe start like thinking about expanding that, and then that idea will turn into another idea, and then like usually it's the short film ideas that I come up with is a bunch of different ideas that I had all like coming together.
Do you have any goals for where filmmaking takes you?
My biggest goal would probably be just to have enough people that want to like see my work, that if I make something, like I can guarantee to have like a fan base that would be interested in watching it.
Yeah. Back to your short films. I'm sorry, but I don't remember the names of them.
The first one that I did this year is called Butchered.
Right.
And then I made a second one a few weeks ago called Hypnotic.
Okay. Do you have a favorite out of the two?
I'd probably say Butchered, like out of the two, just because I feel like I started thinking about the idea like more compared to like Hypnotic. Like I thought about it like over the summer.
Yeah.
And in the class that I have, we're doing like different like projects. So it was like gave me an opportunity to do a short film or do like photo shoots, or like I could do like anything. So I knew I wanted to do like the short film. But yeah, I'd probably say that Butchered's my favorite, just for I guess like the length and like the way the story and everything. I feel like it hits like a lot better in like the 4 minutes compared to Hypnotic, which is about like 8 minutes long or so.
Yeah. Without spoiling it, could you tell the audience a little bit about it?
So Butchered is kind of like a nightmare like coming out scenario. It's supposed to be kind of absurd with like just a lot of like the elements and stuff that are like happening in it. I want to go for something like really like surreal, but just kind of keep that like feeling behind it of like someone that's like worried to come out to their parents. So this is almost like something maybe that they would like think about their own like fantasy of how it could go down. And so it's kind of like
dark fantasy.
Definitely. But I figured I was kind of debating whether or not I should do the film, because I knew it was going to be like one of those things that's probably upset like some people if they don't like get what I'm going for with like the meaning. But
right.
When I screened it at like the school, like everybody seemed to like it and like get what I was going for. So it was kind of encouraging to know that like it's a lot, like definitely what I'm showing, but it's not too much that people aren't like getting the point or anything.
Yeah, the deeper meaning. And you've also laced a lot of comedy into it as well.
Yeah, I wanted to make it like lighthearted, so
Yeah.
it's almost like a satire, I guess, with everything.
Is there, well, that one kind of speaks for itself, but is there an overall message that you're kind of striving for to tell with your films?
I guess just different like political things and like stuff like that I feel like strongly about and want to like other people to like get the message of what I'm going for. So with like everything, I've been trying to like just stay true to myself and do things that like I would want to see in a movie, like take meanings and like make meanings that like I would like to see like presented, but to do it in like a way that like do like kind of more of a shocking story to get people's attention, but then yeah, like the underlying meaning have like some
Right.
some things.
Are there certain artistic things, either visually or, not sure the correct term for this, audibly? Are there certain things that you try to experiment with?
I guess with Butchered, it was my first time doing like any sort of like gore or like kind of like violent like element to it. So I really wanted to make sure it was absurd, but also kind of like memorable, because that's what I like about a lot of like B movies and stuff that be on like Tubi, just kind of more like crazier stuff.
Yeah.
So even if it's low budget, I wanted to kind of work to my strengths, and like so I knew I wasn't gonna make it realistic, so I wanted to make it like as absurd as possible.
Right. I really appreciated. I'm sad that we can't show it here, but it was black and white, and the contrast was quite striking. Like you had the actors up against a white background. Like there was barely any furniture. There was just a couch.
Yeah, I really liked kind of like the simplistic
Yeah.
element, because I wanted to make it seem like it was just it's real, but it's not real at the same
Right.
time. Like very like it's just like all white, like in an all white room, and just like yeah, like the little couch and like nothing like too much going on. So you really focus on like the story. You really like focus on like the family and everything.
Yeah, on the simplicity, telling a more complex story.
Yeah, because I feel like it could be more distracting if I like had like the whole like living room set up and stuff like that. I really wanted it to just feel like it was like something out of a nightmare, like something uncanny.
It's so difficult too to make sets look intentional. If you're just filming at home, if it's a low budget, like you don't have the space or the time or the money to make everything
Definitely.
one color palette, you know?
Well, that's why I liked the black and white too.
Yeah,
I felt
I
like just
really
with the
appreciated
with
it.
the lighting, like it's a lot easier to do than like thinking about like, oh, I need to have like warm lighting or like different like color lighting. Like with black and white, it just looks, it's all gonna look like pretty much the same.
For Butchered, how many days did it take to shoot?
I shot it in 2 hours.
What?
I wrote it.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
kind of like unbelievable because I wrote it. I wanted to write it that I could film it all in like one go. I didn't want to have to like worry too much about it where it was like for a project.
Yeah, one go, but 2 hours.
But
one
yeah, we
go.
got it like 2 or 3 hours, and then I edited like all of it like in the same day too, like after I got home. So I basically had it all done within like by the time I wrote it, I had it done in like a week basically.
That's crazy.
Besides like adding some stuff to it, like I had to like change the sound and stuff like that. That's one of like the biggest things I feel
Okay.
like.
What did you do with the sound?
I just had to. There was like parts where it was like really low, so when I was like screening it, like they had to like turn it up like full volume, and then there'd be other scenes where it's like more intense. So then like the volume's like not. It's all like all in different like.
So working on compressing it.
Yeah, like kind of making it more that you could keep it at like one volume and like
Yeah.
watch it.
I am having difficulty remembering. Was there music at all?
Yeah, I made a couple like little like instrumental tracks for it.
You made them
Yep,
with MIDI?
I used BandLab just on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you, by any chance, have any funny stories off the top of your head?
I guess with Butchered, it was my first time like working with like fake blood, so I knew that where it was in black and white, I could use like chocolate syrup or something like that. That would just
Right.
I wouldn't really have to worry about the color, it just as much as like the
That's so
the look of
nice.
it. But I didn't realize like how messy it was gonna be until we started like covering the actor that plays like the mom, Joanne. We started like covering her in chocolate syrup, and it was just like it was way too much for what we were trying to do, and then you don't even see like the full like effect of like how much like chocolate syrup was used, just because like we didn't even need that much for the shot, but we just got carried away.
So there was the dad and then the mom and then the child,
Yeah,
and that was it, right?
yeah, I wanted to make it like really like a small like cast too, something that'd be easy to like to film in like
Yeah.
one go.
Were the actors also your classmates?
Yeah, they're also like in my photography videography class.
Was it a group project, or was it something that you
It was
brought them
we all
into?
had like separate projects to do, but
Okay.
we all like helped out with each other's like work, just like posing for like different like photo shoots, whatever like
Yeah.
people were doing.
Did anyone else do a film?
No one did a film the first go that we did projects, but the second go, Emily, who plays the dad, she ended up making a film about an evil carrot.
Oh, what?
There's like an evil carrot that's like killing a bunch of people.
So bringing gore to a whole new level.
Yeah, and I really like how I feel like I found a group of people that want to make like the same, like just like absurd like ideas as me.
Wow. Well, that would be quite the plot. What about your other one, the 8-minute one?
Lipnotic.
Yeah,
so I wrote that one like after Butchered and after I did like the screening and everything. And I wanted to do something, originally I was thinking of making it like making like a trilogy, like having like Butchered, Lipnotic, and then maybe like a third one to kind of like end it off, just keeping the same like political like beliefs and like the same like message like throughout like all of them. But yeah, I filmed that one, and it took me a little bit longer to write it because it's a little more stuff to it, but I filmed that one pretty quickly too, and it only took me 2 days.
Nice. Did you have any trouble with consistency on set, or it was all filmed indoors too, so you didn't have to worry about weather?
Yeah, I originally had a couple scenes that like I wanted to do outside, but with She's Gone, I had a scene that was outside, and the wind and everything was just so annoying that it just completely like ruins that short film for me. Every time I watch it, I can just, that's the only thing that those 2 scenes like in She's Gone where they're outside, like that's the 2 things I feel like I would like reshoot. But
outside is so difficult, and then you're like, okay, I'll do Foley, and then Foley just sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I just couldn't get it to sound good. And it's also like a student film, so I feel like I can't worry about it too much because a lot of it's like out of my control.
Have you worked at all with Foley, or do you try to get the
a
audio?
Little bit, like with Lipnotic, there's definitely like some sound effects and stuff like that, but I haven't really like worked on like physically recording stuff myself and like adding it in.
Are you working on anything right now?
No, I don't really have anything
well, the semester's kind of over.
I have some like film ideas that I would like to do, but I'm still like trying to figure out like which one to like start writing.
You, at the beginning, you had talked a little bit how you started delving into horror and made it sound like this was not your first genre. Have you had any others that you've kind of dabbled into?
I guess where She's Gone was the first one that I did. That one's like a little more, it's kind of like a drama, I guess. But I made like another short before that. It was like stop motion, which kind of has like the same like feeling as like Butchered and like Lipnotic, with just like the kind of like the horror elements and like the just like absurd like comedy and like violence.
Is there anywhere that people can find your films?
If you go on my Instagram, Jessie S. Curtis, I have like a link in my bio like to some of the stuff on YouTube, but I don't have Butchered or Lipnotic posted yet. But we're doing the whole class, like in my photography, videography. They're doing like a gallery opening at the George Fry Gallery, so I'm going to have Butchered playing there. Which is going to be pretty cool.
That's cool. It's always difficult to showcase film.
Definitely.
At, like, a gallery.
But that's why I felt like Butchered, where it's like 4 minutes. It's kind of like straight to the point. Like I feel like it'd be a good one to show.
Well, that'll be cool. And your classmates will have like their photo shoots and stuff printed out or something?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is doing video that I know of, but it's going to be a lot of like pretty cool photo work.
And when will the gallery open?
I think it opens February 6th is like the opening day, but it'll be open for probably about pretty much the whole month of February.
Oh, nice.
This would be pretty cool.
Yeah, go stop by. Could you talk a little bit more about Lipnotic? Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say.
What does it mean?
It's this name of like the lipstick. I'll explain the idea basically. Okay. It's this guy. He's like a billionaire like scientist. I wanted to go for like an Elon Musk type of character. Yeah. Just really like make it like over the top. But he has this lab partner that he's like jealous of, so he like steals her idea for this like hypnotic lipstick. And he starts like using it for evil. Like already it's kind of an absurd idea, so but yeah, he uses the lipstick to he's got these like group of women that he like hypnotizes with it to get them to like clean his house. So he's really like, I wanted to make him like this like villain like through and through. And then at the end they like get their revenge in, like a really like over the top way.
Yeah. No spoilers, but where do you get your ideas?
I guess I'm really inspired by like a lot of like B movies and stuff like that. Like I said, like on Tubi, just like really like absurd like movies and absurd ideas, and a lot of like guess like old like exploitation films where they would just really take an idea and just run with it and make it like as crazy as possible to get people to want to watch it. But the main thing that I try to like focus on is, even if there's stuff lacking with like the lighting or the sound, I just want to make like images that are like memorable. Like, so even if someone only sees it once, like maybe you just can't get like a certain thing out of your head, or like a certain line or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, like what is it? The Princess Bride has so many quotes.
Yeah, like it only takes,
Right.
I wanted to make it that it only took like one watch to kind of like get your attention. Even if you never saw it again, like I wanted to make something like, yeah, just really memorable.
Yeah. I will say Butcher is memorable. Because Hypnotic was also in black and white, yes? Well, there were some, I found it really interesting how, especially in moments of tension, you would add color suddenly. Or like
Yeah,
really
I liked
orange.
like just kind of experimenting with like the different, just adding a little bit of color like here and there to kind of give it like that like uncanny like feeling.
Yeah. Do you think that you would like to explore color a little more, or explore the black and white simplicity a little
I feel
more?
like definitely for some of my like more like student work, like the stuff that I'm doing now, I feel like I'll stick to like the black and white because I just like really love like how black and white like looks. But I can definitely see myself like doing something in color, because I think color is also another like interesting thing with film.
Yeah.
That you can really like make a unique experience, like depending what you do with it.
Even with black and white, though, like you can be really intentional about color, as you have done, which really points out those specific moments. Have you thought about doing silent films at all?
Definitely. That was one of the, I actually started like, I had this other idea that I was working on, and I didn't end up like doing anything with it, but there was a sequence at the beginning that I wanted to like be like a silent film to like set everything up for it. And I really like the idea of like doing something with like silent films, because it's a lot like easier with like the sound and stuff like that. And it's also just, yeah, I feel like it's an interesting medium that like not a lot of people use like nowadays, especially for like black and white.
And it's fun to explore how to tell a story without words.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that like kind of stuff, like, especially more like abstract like movies, or like movies that don't really have like a clear narrative as much as just like you see like someone's like life like unfolding in like maybe like different moments.
Yeah. Makes things easier too. No
Definitely.
sound. No. Yeah, what else? I did my last semester of high school, I took a film studies class, media studies, but it was mostly film. We did a final film. It was like 3 to 5 minutes at the end of the semester, and I did a black and white silent film, which was really fun to play with, and did an original score to it too, like just played piano throughout the whole track.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was, yeah. And I added, it was important to the plot to have specific objects be in color.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to go back and animate each of those objects in color.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was like thinking about doing, especially with like Hypnotic. I thought like just like maybe the lipstick being in color out of like everything in black and white, but then if they have like the lipstick like on their lips, like have it like bright red. But it's just one of those things that like you'd have to go back and probably like color over top of it.
Every single frame. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it pays off. That'd be really
definitely
cool.
it'd be worth doing.
Yeah. Are there any ideas that you have right now that you're like, I would really love to see this come to life, even if not in the next couple years?
I have like a few scripts that I wrote like in high school that I think would be interesting to film, but it's hard to come up with stuff that you can do without a budget and like just do on your own. So I have a lot of like big ideas, but it's just to get the grants or to get the people to be in it. So I try to like come up with like meaningful ideas that I could just easily we have like the studio at the school, so I could just like go in the studio and film it, or like go outside and film it. Like don't have to like worry too much about like crazy like setups or anything like that. But
in terms of actors, you said that for at least the last two, you had your classmates be your actors. I'm so sorry, I'm bad with names. What was your first film? Or the one that was at Silver Wave?
Oh, She's Gone.
Yes, She's Gone. Was that also with your classmates?
It was with one of my friends, Meredith. She played like the main girl in that, and that was like my first time like doing anything. So I was kind of even just like scared to like ask people to be in it. But yeah, so Meredith was in it, and then my roommate Julianne was in it too, and my girlfriend Holly was also in it. So it was really cool just to get like people that like I knew. I didn't have to like branch out and like get people that I'm not like comfortable with, especially for like the first one.
Yeah. Oh, auditions are scary.
Yeah, I haven't really done anything like that yet because it just feels like it'd be a whole thing.
Yeah. And you never know. Like, you never know. Maybe they're an amazing actor, but working with some people can be difficult.
Definitely. Well, that's why even with Butchered, I was kind of, since the idea is like really out there, like I didn't even know if they were going to let me do it in class, but my professor...
Like, in terms of like triggering?
Yeah, and just like the overall story, because I feel like on paper, it's kind of like, oh, like it is intense with what I was like portraying, but once I explained the message and like kind of I think like like you were saying, like the comedy and stuff kind of like goes hand in hand with it. But yeah, I got the 3 people in my class to be in it, but Haley, who plays like Mary in it, like the girl, she just did such a good job with what I was like obviously like when you write the lines, like you're thinking of them being said a certain way, and I feel like I didn't even have to like give any of them like any sort of like direction. They just kind of knew where to take it and like did it in a way that like is better than I could like even write it. Yeah.
I had a class this semester, and there were barely any rules except no violence. That was like the one thing. And I find it really interesting that you're leaning into that and being like, this is what will get people to watch it.
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking with it, because like, I mean, when you think of like film, like one of the main things, especially in like older movies, is like violence, and it is a lot of stuff like that because they weren't really allowed to like show anything. So I kind of like that element of like going back and like filming it really like poorly and like making it just like really absurd violence, because I feel like it kind of like adds to it. Yeah, and it makes it like more memorable compared to like I feel like people push for more like realism in movies now because like we have the technology to do it, but like I feel like what makes like older movies like special is just they didn't have the ability to like make it realistic, so they just made it like kind of like absurd, and like it's more memorable that way.
Yeah.
Because when you go back and like if you like see like a film and maybe it was something that like scared you, like in your head you're gonna build it up a little bit more than it actually is, just because of that like those like moments and like the different like images that you see. So that's what I was trying to do with like Butchered. Even just you don't really see anything because I didn't have the ability to like really show anything.
Right. You don't have a knife that can retract inside itself, so that
yeah. But I made it like I feel like I made it so absurd that like people will feel like they've seen more than they actually seen, like when they like think about it.
And it's almost more impactful to have violence but not even see the violence, like
just really like over the top like violence, because like you don't want, I don't know, like I feel like people, like I said, like push for more realism when you don't really have to. In a lot of cases you can get away with like showing less, like less is more, definitely.
Are there any kind of, going a little off topic here, but are there any filmmakers that really inspire you?
Definitely, I would say John Waters is a big one. His kind of like, he does that whole like kind of exploitation film, but like adding like the comedy and stuff to it, and like just really memorable characters, which is something that was like a big inspiration, especially because like they feel really low budget. Like there's no, like his early stuff is just, it feels like someone just picked up a camera and it's like, who are these people that are like acting, and it's just like the most like over the top like characters, and it's really like memorable that way. And another big one would be like David Lynch. Guy Madden is another one, just for like surrealism, and especially Guy Madden with like the black and white aesthetic. Like it's really something that's like anytime like I watched any of his films, it was always like a big inspiration just for like the black and white alone. Like it just really adds something to it.
And there's so many ways you can play with the contrast and like, no two black and white films are gonna look exactly the same.
That's the thing. It's like you can really make it like stark white and like stark black, which is like what I really like with what I was trying to do.
Did you add any filters on top to get the kind of graininess?
Yeah, I added that actually like recently. Like when I first showed it, it didn't have like the film grain to it, but when I went in like a few weeks ago and kind of like changed it up like with the sound and stuff, like I feel like the film grain kind of adds to like what I was going for with like that low budget like 70s like 60s like look to it.
That's really cool that you went back and improved it, because when I'm done a film, I'm like, there are mistakes on that, but I'm
definitely
done.
That's usually me with a lot of things. So like I'll just like, even She's Gone, I probably could have went back and like changed those 2 scenes and just like even re-recorded like dialogue, but it's just I felt like I made it and it's just it exists, so now I can move on and like I can even maybe remake it or like add more to it like whenever, so I don't feel like I'm ever stuck with an idea.
Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today. But thank you, Jessie, for sharing some of your films with us today.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure to have you. You just listened to Jessie, who talked about his filmmaking, and that's all for Freddy's Buds today. Be sure to tune in next Friday at 10:30 a.m. If you want a chance to showcase yourself and your art on the radio, message us on our Instagram, freddy's.buds. We also post recordings of every episode, including this one, and post them as podcasts on our very own website, the link to which you can find on our Instagram bio. So go ahead and check that out. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great weekend, Fredericton. To all the poets and the singers and the writers, to all the artists of any kind, welcome to the stage show, our entire creations, and lend to your listening mind.